Cool, 74 this hour into San Diego and 77 into LA. All right, let's fly into the action right now. Exclusive TrueView 3D showing you the weather in three-dimensional as we fly into the action right now. Monsoonal moisture still the name of the game.
This is Fox 4 News at 6.
You and I were both talking to our moms last night in Philadelphia.
Yeah.
You know, we're both from the same area, and I'll tell you, you know, the bottom line, they were saying it's like 27, 28. So this is not.
I know.
Cold, but
I know. I'm just going to say it's cold.
It's cold.
Yeah.
It's cold in the studio.
Yes.
It's cold outside, too, and it'll be cold tomorrow morning, folks.
The state of emergency still remains in place. Of course, the president was out today touring the destruction, and the Santa Ana winds, you've heard us talk about this for some time, will continue to lessen over the next 24 hours. That high pressure system over Utah, the driving force of the Santa Ana winds, that will move east and situate itself over the Texas Panhandle. Certainly some good news for these firefighting efforts. Now some 75 have been injured, 9 dead. 3 of those deaths are fire related, and some 3,600 homes have been destroyed in this catastrophe. Of course, the San Diego County Office of Emergency Management has continued updates at sdcountyemergency.com. Check out that website if you've got family or friends in any of these areas. The 4 active main fires still burning. The Lake Arrowhead fire, all of these encompass other smaller fires around them.
You know who this guy is? This is Punxsutawney Phil, and tomorrow, the big day out in just outside of one of the big cities, Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. They'll be deciding if we're going to be seeing an early spring or 6 more weeks of winter, and we'll anxiously await that news.
We are now flying by a crowd of somewhat angry looking, but I guess for the most part they're peaceful people.
They're looking for entertainment, Aaron.
I guess the worst thing they can do is throw a pumpkin at us, right?
Well, they can't reach us up here.
They can't reach us up here. All right, we're told about 100 feet above this, and what we're going to do, we're going to switch the microphone with Russ.
All right. Here's your pumpkin.
All right, and everybody says, weatherman, drop this thing, right?
All right, now, you see the people, Aaron? Don't drop it on the people. You see the big, gigantic drop cloth there?
All right. Drop it on the drop cloth.
They want it higher, Aaron.
Higher, okay.
All right, we've stopped now.
All right.
You guys ready?
All righty.
All right, here's the countdown. You ready? 3, 2, 1.
Remember, we're still talking about some showers that are falling in the upper levels of the atmosphere. But notice again, we pull out, and here's a cold front. This will arrive, we think, now late Sunday into Monday. That's the second cold front. That'll actually be here for Martin Luther King Day. So this second cold front tells the story now as we head into Monday and into Tuesday. Cooler air will be behind that cool front. Remember, we have low pressure associated with the cold front, a high and a low. There's a high right over Florida now, and low pressure with that cool front. They're kind of fighting it out, and that's how winds form. A high and a low begin to fight out. And notice the winds today, kind of an issue. Earlier today, we were talking about 20-mile-an-hour wind speeds across the area. The winds, though, died down as the day progresses. You can kind of see the wind speeds die down with the blue blob just kind of disappearing. That means the winds begin to die down, and that's still going to be with us tomorrow.
And, you know, coming from Pennsylvania, I worked in Harrisburg, and they make these things in York, Pennsylvania. I was actually able to tour the plant where they make these things. Beautiful machines. Start one of these up for us. Does it make it? Does it? Come on, you know, it's only live TV here.
Let's just do it.
Let's just do it. Let's start this.
We're watching some showers to the north, some showers also toward the south as you kind of take a look just toward the south of Marco Island as we pull out further toward the Keys. We've got a stray shower here and there. The bottom line, we're not forecasting any moisture, though, here in the bulk of southwest Florida for your Friday. 60 is the temperature out here at our studios in Cape Coral. The dew point 54, so temperature in the dew point very close, and thus we're talking about humidity about 80% as we head on out the door. Maybe you're taking a little jog, you still have the day off, you're doing a little bike riding today. It's a nice day to do that. I'd wait maybe till about 2 o'clock, because 2 o'clock, I think then you could really get in some good beach weather. High today about 79, inland 80, maybe 82, and Immokalee, Lehigh Acres today about 83 degrees. 74 by the 5 o'clock hour, and again, don't be misled by that 20% chance of a stray shower. probably not going to happen. I wouldn't bank on it. 78 was the high yesterday, officially at Page Field.
We've been tracking this since it really intensified just about 20 minutes ago, pushing through Calipatria, pushing through Brawley. We also have a report into Brawley right now of some hail that is falling. You notice with our Desert Doppler, as we use our storm track capability into Imperial County, you notice this cell right here just toward the west of Brawley. This is inclusive of hail coming down into the Brawley area right now. Also just toward the west of El Centro as you head through, say, I-8, passing that Dogwood exit, 4th Street exit. As you head right through Highway 8, passing just toward the south of El Centro, you will encounter that storm cell right there.
63 Fort Myers, 64 on the Cape, 63 Port Charlotte. But here's something interesting. Look at Florida and look at the temperatures. We're talking about 71 in the Keys. We're talking about 64 for Fort Myers, 66 Miami. So we've got the 70s, we've got the 60s, we've got the 50s, we've actually got the 40s, and we've actually got the 30s. So we've got a little bit of everything going on in Florida right now. We do have a weak front beginning to push through the Panhandle region of the state. Behind this front, we are talking about cooler air in place right in here. Still for Panama City, Pensacola, temperatures this hour in the 30s, and that's that cooler air that'll be knocking on our door as we head into the overnight tonight and early tomorrow. We are going to keep a slim chance of a shower in the forecast for tomorrow as well with the passage of that front.
Came a Category 1 once it passed through Cuba, so it weakened significantly. Good news certainly as we check the trajectory, the cone of uncertainty on this storm. It's still about 80-mile-an-hour wind, so it's a Category 1 storm. Originally we were saying Louisiana coastline, now we...
Live from central Pennsylvania, this is CBS 21 News This Morning.
Hey, thanks, Doug. My piece of advice to everyone, don't eat peanut butter crackers during a commercial, and try and run in and hope that everything is cleared from your mouth, because chances are it's not going to be. The satellite and the radar as we started off right now, you'll notice we are keeping our eye on a system developing out here, some snow into portions of Minnesota. This is expected to push in here now for the weekend. We're not expecting much in the way of a heavy precip, but we are forecasting some showers now for tomorrow, and I think they're going to be out of here by midday on Sunday. Take a look at our SkyTrack radar right now. You notice not much in the way of precip in and around the area.
Today we search southwest Florida for trout. We gear up and meet with our guide, Captain Douglas Root of D&D Bait Shop. And off we go.
And 9 times out of 10, you'll catch nice trout.
All right, so we've been doing everything that we're told to do. We've got the shrimp on the hook, and we're ready to reel in a big one here. I can feel... look at this thing pulling here. This is going to be a big one as we reel them in here. We've caught a small little prison fish.
I'm very impressed. I don't think I could have caught a fish. I think you got to wonder how long was he waiting that we just didn't see it on video until he caught that fish.
And his bike riding skills were excellent. Did you like that in the beginning?
He could ride the bike and talk and be on camera all at the same time.